She's not.
No, I'm so sorry, I forgot that you.
This is not your ball. That is, you don't need to apologize. That is not your ball that was dropped. And then. This is not your problem. Case manager should notify Betty, should have notified me, or some combination thereof.
Some combination thereof. Okay, McKenna.
Friday, so I can't do that.
Hannah, nice
Hello.
to meet you. I'll bring you. Would you like to close the door behind you? Thank you. I think I have a ribbon going for you.
Rolling a few times a day.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, my name is Mary Cannon. I am the HR director, and the position that you are interviewing for today reports to me. And so, Hannah and I, she probably introduced herself, she's gonna get you. Yeah, we are just gonna ask you some questions, back and forth, to learn a little bit more about you, and, tell you a little bit more about us, and, and what this position is about. So, I'll get started. So, what do you know about Denali Family Services, and what interests you in this role?
So I've previously worked for medical centers that worked or referred people, resources, clients, projects, events, and I've heard a lot about how this business has grown through the last 5+ years, and it just seemed like something that was interesting, similar to what I'd previously done, and I've always wanted to learn more about resources in the community. I spoke with someone a few days ago on the phone, and she mentioned that you offer services up to age 21.
So typically that is our typical, we do deal with youth, and then, and help them through, that, 21 age of it, but we also do have a couple of adult clients as well.
Oh, good. Tell us about your previous experience and how it has prepared you for this role.
So I've worked in administration, admin assist, receptionist, office manager positions for over 10 years. And I really love it. I enjoy being part of a team. I've worked in the past as a leader, a trainer, and I just love working in the medical field, giving resources to people, helping people achieve their goals, recording the process between first meeting and when they achieve their goals. And usually I am able to help assist them to their goals or beyond.
Can you describe a time you had to deal with an upset or difficult person? What did you do and what was the outcome?
So my last position, I would do a lot of de-escalating. Sometimes I would have a patient or a patient's guardian come in, irritated or raged. Usually it's about financial payments or treatment, and my job was to, take them into my office, talk to them, empathize, show compassion, show caring, talk with them about what they were confused about, what we weren't providing, and we would agree if the services going forward were what their client needed. And usually I was able to de-escalate, talk with them, commiserate, and help them either change how they were viewing the service or find a different alternative.
Tell me about a time when you had to manage multiple priorities at once. How did you decide what to handle first?
Well, working at the front desk is kind of like that every hour of the day. So I'm used to answering phones, opening, closing clinics, working in the front as well as mediating in the back with physicians and assistants. And I would have to prioritize like who's in front of me, what my supervisor has expected of me. I always try to keep in communication with the front, back, and supervisor. So if something happens where a lot of people come in the front desk and I need an extra set of hands, I know who to call, and I'm very good at dealing with complex situations and knowing how to navigate and find a solution or meet people's needs.
Alright, so you have a client waiting, the phone is ringing, and a staff member is asking for help. What do you do first and why?
I always focus on the patient first. If it's, something like checking in, I can always, do two things at the same time. But if it's something where I have to answer like complex questions or talk to someone about the treatment or appointment, I always let the person say my name on it. It might be a few minutes, but if you'd like, you can always sit there, help or be involved. But I'm very good at doing multiple things at a time, wearing a lot of hats. And I just like upbeat, fast-paced environments.
Tell me about a time you made a mistake at work. What happened and how did you handle it?
Well, especially during COVID, when we were learning COVID procedures, sometimes a patient would slip in without being tested. And when I learned that someone at the front desk wasn't testing people and letting them back without knowing if they were COVID negative or positive, I decided to train the staff to follow procedure. We put a few signs in the waiting room so when clients, patients, and billers would come in, they would know automatically what they needed to do. And I took responsibility even though it wasn't my mistake initially. I was in charge of the team and it did reflect on me. And I corrected that mistake by training and being more involved on the floor.
Can you describe a time you had to learn something new quickly to do your job, and how did you approach it?
At my last position, we had a HR manager that had to leave due to maternity and moving out of state. So I had to quickly learn their job as well as being the office manager. And I had to wear 2 hats for about a month and a half until we hired somebody. And I learned how to quickly learn, train, gain confidence, as well as working with another person who had a little bit more experience. And I learned that sometimes these things happen, and luckily I picked things up really fast and enjoy learning new tasks and new job requirements.
Tell me about a time you had to work with different departments or teams to get something done.
While working as an office manager and admin assist, I'm used to working on a team of at least 5 people. Sometimes I would train and oversee, or if it was an HR issue or an HR associated task, I would work with the HR manager. So I'm used to not just being on a team, being a receptionist, but I'm also used to working, navigating, training, overseeing more than one team at a time. And I just like being part of a team. I enjoy leading a team. I don't have a problem working alone or with other people, and I just love working in an office environment.
Alright, so that was the last of our structured questions. Do you have any questions for Alice?
When are you looking to make a final decision and start getting someone in the door?
So, it will be fairly soon, because the position that we're hiring for, that admin, is actually has promoted to another position here at the agency, and so we don't, so there's a little bit of time before she starts that role, but we want someone to come in. We don't want that much of a gap, so it'll be fairly soon.
Is the position full-time?
It is, yeah, it is. So we're currently, our hours of operation are 8 to 6, and so that role is split between the 2 admins that sit there at the front, and so we do kind of do a shift, so people work one or the other, either the opening or the closing. So pretty much during the middle of the day, we have both people here at the same time, but it is a full-time position.
Okay. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Anything else that you have?
What benefits do you provide?
So we have a great benefit package. We offer health, dental, life insurance. We do 403B. We have everything. I can tell you, really comprehensive. We have a great package. Everything PTO. Everyone starts at 22 days per year. That start accruing from day 1 that you can use. We offer 11 paid holidays, well actually it's 13, 11 actual post days, 2 floating holidays that you get where you can choose on your own. We offer 8 hours of vacation, of volunteer time. So literally we're giving you, that brings it to 14 additional days on top of the 22 days of PTO. So very, very generous or leave time, because that's more leave, not just PTO at that point.
That's amazing. Those were all my questions.
Awesome. Do you have any more questions for me?
I don't.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
No
McKenna, for
problem.
coming in. We appreciate you sharing a little bit about you, and if you have any more questions for us, feel free to, just let us know, and then we'll let you know either way once we make our decision.
Well, thank you so much for your make. Thank you, yeah. You too. It was nice to meet you.